3.1 million. Love to see it. 3.1 million damage. What's up YouTube, it's Authentic. Today I've got a new video for you guys. Now we are going to be running Rathalos in Hydra. This guy has been dubbed quite the Hydra killer, quite the monster hunter. We want to run him in Hydra and I already have a team concept in mind. This is a test I want to do for a couple of weeks and now is the time. You can see we have him in Relentless. We don't have any refresh, so we're just going to test him out with Relentless. These are his stats. We have 38,000 HP, 7.3k attack, 2.4k defense, 240 speed, 293 crit damage, 100% crit rate of course, resistance 240 and 18% ignore defense. Those are his stats. We have his kit as well. A1 irresistible decreased defense. On bosses, A2, which is the hot ability that he does ignore defense 100% on bosses, so that's really nice. And then we have the increase attack and increase crit damage and increase speed for 2 turns on the AoE attack. And then we have extra damage on burns, damage reduction on burns, and 200% more damage on the 5th ability that he uses or 5th skill he uses. These are the masteries I've taken. I've taken crit rate and grim resolve for low HP damage. Since he's going to get below 50% and we want him to be able to heal up in one strike, we have crit damage, we have life drinker, which is going to be helping us with the healing, and then we have the war master and everything else that helps us do damage to bosses. On this side we don't need accuracy for him, so I've gone with extra health and extra healing from his life drinker. We also have rapid response when his buffs fall off or expire. We're going to be boosting our turn meter. Laura Steel for my kit or for my build isn't doing much because he's in Relentless, so that's not going to do anything for us. But if you're running speed set, that could be good for you. Cycle of Magic and lasting gifts right at the end. Lasting gifts for the extra duration of the buffs, and then cycle of magic to get around to those abilities over and again. So that is the build that we're going to be running for Rathalos. Now I did have a concept in mind. There was a team I wanted to replicate and put Rathalos in 1-for-1 for this team, and this is that team. This is the team I ran a week ago. This is Gnu's place is 76 million. That's where Rathalos is going to slot into. Cardiel did 22 million damage, so you can see all the damage across the board. Kimmy is in Cursor. If you're wondering why is Kimmy doing 53 million damage, what are you feeding her, sir? I am only feeding her Cursor. That's what she's using. She's done more damage than my Relentless Sisia, which is crazy. It's nice to see Cursor getting a lot of value. For a long time it wasn't really used much. Gnut doing 76 million damage. We want Rathalos to at least be able to beat that number. We have Tuhanerak at 20 million damage. War Master, obviously all these champions are optimized for Hydra. And then we have Husk with 55 million, slightly ahead of Kimmy and Sisia, but he's in Relentless and he has accuracy to land the provokes. And then we have the ally attack also giving us a chance to land the provokes. So we want a nice and consistent team. We want a nice and fluid run. We don't want anything going wrong with this team. That's why I haven't taken too many high risks. We do have one high risk that we don't have a reviver, but we don't want to get to the position where we end up dying anyway. With Gnu it was easier. With Rathalos it proves to be slightly trickier. Even though he does have damage reduction in his kit, it does get quite scary at times with Rathalos. So this is what the team is going to look like. I'll show you a run. We did the run already on stream, so I'm going to be showing you guys the run, how it went. Few of the highlights are going to be in there for him doing massive damage. It's obviously not every time or every turn he does massive damage. It's this 5th ability or 5th skill he uses, and if you can tune it nicely with the A2, then you get the big splash, big nuke number from him. So let's go ahead and take a look at the run. So here we are, here we have it. Here we have Cardiel in lead, then we have Kimmy, Sisia, Rathalos, Tuhanerak, and Husk right at the end. So this is the team. It was pretty much going to be Cardiel Aura always. Speed Aura is just the best thing to run overall. We're not really going to get much else. So we open up with Cardiel ally attack, and then we get the provoke. This provoke is pretty much going to stick with decay. There is a time that we do get quite unlucky. I believe we went 10 attacks or 9 attacks. I was counting them on stream, so we were getting really unlucky with Husk on the provokes, but we still managed to control everything with our massive control units, big Kimi control, massive Tuhanarak control, Sisia with the burns and the detonations and the decreased defenses. So we will manage to clutch it out in the end, but we did get quite unlucky on the run. I feel like the team and the damage could be even better if we didn't get unlucky. Right at the end, we also got Decay. So we also got Blight doing Poison Cloud on us. So not to make too many excuses, but those were the things. And you'll see the damage was fantastic, and I was happy with the way the key went. So you guys go ahead and watch the run. I will be speeding it up because I don't want the video to be 2 hours long. I will be leaving a link to this published highlight on my Twitch, where you'll be able to see the run in live, in real life time if you guys want that. You can also check out my Twitch and drop me a follow there as well. I would definitely appreciate that too. But yeah, enjoy the run, and I'll see you guys on the end of the run. So here it is. This is it. 292 million. A little bit unlucky right at the end. We got the poison cloud put on us right near the end, so that was a little bit unfortunate, but it's okay. It is a personal best. We managed to improve on our last week's damage, or our previous best damage. I'm not sure in the past if I've done more than 300 million, but like I said, I don't have any proof for that, or never kept a screenshot. But from now on, I'll be able to publish my damage, and we look to improve on it week on week. I believe we can get 300 million with this team. Let's go ahead and check out the damage, and we'll do a side by side as well. So as you can see, Cardiel has come in at 21 million. Kimmy has come in with 52 million, Sisia at just under 50 million, Blade Master is 95 million, and 17 million for Tuhanrak, 52 million for Husk. So this, as I said, is a little bit unlucky of a key, and you'll see why, because I then did a side-by-side comparison, and here you can see that in every single champion damage it is slightly less, so a little bit unluckier. Although Kimmy seems to be higher, but that might be because of oh no, even Kimmy is slightly lower. So Kimmy is lower, Cardiel is lower, Sissy is 4 million lower. But the only difference is Blade Master did way more damage than Gnu. Almost did run about 20 or 33%, run about 30% more damage than Gnu, which is a massive upgrade. So huge, massively out damaging our previous DPS. So definitely worth for me to build him. Is he as good as Trunda? No, Trunda's an animal, Trunda's broken, Trunda's busted. This isn't that type of champion. This champion is good. For nuking, I find this champion to be amazing. I haven't tested Taras. A lot of people say Val is really interesting. Maybe I'll try Val next. Let me guys know if you guys want to see a Val test to see how the Gnu versus Blade Master versus Val pans out. So let me know. We can slot him in. Tuhanarak did less damage on this key, and Husk is also coming through with less damage. So less damage across the board for this team. Unfortunately, like I said, this is a bit of an unlucky run. If all of them managed to chip in, we probably would have broken 305, 310 million, but it's okay. I'm happy with the key. So that was the final damage. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the build of the rest of the champions and show you the masteries in case anybody's curious. Let's go ahead and take a look. So we have Sissia. This was my Sissia that I ran. Let's switch her to Hydra. There we go. 45k HP, 3.4k attack, 3.4k defense, 296 speed, so she is pretty quick. 50% crit rate. Now I was using a crit rate glove, which was giving her around about 90% crit rate. I then reduced that because she was quite squishy, and this team, you don't really want anybody to die because you don't have a reviver. So I switched it to HP defense percentage sort of defense setup so she doesn't die. We then kept her accuracy a little bit overkill. You only need 300, but maybe because of the Hydra bonuses, she's kind of gone a little bit too far. Resistance 250. We were using Kimmy's buff for the decreased accuracy to make sure everybody has like a sustainable amount of resistance where they don't get stripped by mischief. These are the masteries. I'm just going to show them. I'm not going to go through them too many times. I'm pretty sure I've shown them on previous ones. If there's any questions, you guys can always ask them in the comment section. I'll be reading my comments too, so if you leave a comment, that'd be great. This is Gnu. This is my previous Gnu. He's probably missing gear now. No, he's kept his gear. He looks like he has kept his gear, and this is what we're running Gnu with. If you guys are curious what the Gnu looked like, this is more or less what the Gnu looked like at the time. Relentless crit damage. He had a couple of refreshes on him, maybe one, maybe two. Looks like one right now. I don't know, at the time he had two. 252 speed, 256 crit damage. He was always doing his enemy max HP on cap, so nothing there to worry about. These were the Gnu masteries, if anybody's wondering. He was running Giant Slayer. Also we had Cardiel. These are the Cardiel masteries. Maybe we could take Cycle of Magic on him, but this is more so my Fire Knight Cardiel. I was running him in a few different iterations. Maybe I'll do a Fire Knight hard video at some point too, but he is mainly my Fire Knight Cardiel. He does seem to have different gear to what I remember. I did have him with really high damage, but maybe I switched to more of a defensive sort of setup because in Hydra I kind of needed survivability. So 53k HP, 4.1k defense, 300 speed, 2.8k attack, 128 crit damage, 20% crit rate. Not really built for crit in that sense. Doesn't have any resistance or accuracy. He has enough resistance to resist mischief when mischief has decreased accuracy on, which Kimmy is doing for us. All of my champions have enough resistance to resist decreased accuracy mischief. That's the idea of having Kimmy. That's the benefit. None of your champions get stripped as long as you have decreased accuracy on. So these are the masteries for him. This is my Kimmy. I love Kimmy. I think she's really great. For me, she's in a hex set. Hex set could go on Sissia or could go on Kimmy. I've chosen to put it on Kimmy since she does less damage than Sissia, and if you proc the Sissia extra turn, you have a higher threshold for damage. Whereas for Kimmy, if she procs an extra turn, you're going to get a debuff, which you kind of already have, so not really that useful in my opinion. So I like having her in Hex. Triple refresh on both of these guys. And then lastly we have, well actually not lastly, the penultimate champion, we have Tuhanarak. 37k, maybe I should be switching to this. 38k HP, 3.4k defense. Roundabout enough crit rate to be able to crit. She has a bunch of survivability, so you don't have to worry about that. 469 resistance, doesn't get debuffed or stripped, and lands her debuffs just fine. Show the masteries, so just the War Masters and debuff extenders, or yeah, any sort of debuff that she does, we want it to last as long as possible. And then Husk, Relentless Husk. Me personally, I think this is the best form of Husk. I do like controlling decay, so I like having enough accuracy to control him, and then on top of that I have Relentless, so we have extra chances to land provokes. Also we have the ally attack with Relentless, where we also have the extra chance to land to provoke. So this is the solo provoker in my team, and I believe he does a job well. He does the job just fine. He can get really unlucky. There was like nine attacks where he did 9 basic attacks or 8 basic attacks. He didn't land a provoke, but it wasn't a problem in the end too much. We managed to kind of just deal with that and keep going with it. 60k HP, Relentless, 234 speed, 100% crit rate, 261 crit damage, and accuracy is there. And then we have War Master in the end, and then we have these blessings on him, or these masteries on him. Blessings, as you can see, they have what they do. Some of the blessings are for finite. This is for finite. Live arena just kicked in. This is for finite, for phantom touch. This is fine. This is a dedicated mastery. I like having at least one brimstone in there. It's nice to have. I would like to have more cruelty, but for now it is fine. So that's the team. That was the run. Thank you so much for sticking through this one. Definitely appreciate you guys. Go ahead and like and sub to the channel. A lot more content coming through. We are going to be doing more Hydra focus stuff. I'm going to be trying maybe a few other keys with different champions. We are going to be doing VAL testing, so that's going to be fun. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.